We are in the new year. You're probably working to make some changes in your life, maybe health, fitness, finance. Some of us focusing on a new look, maybe the hair, right?
Maybe the hair, yes. New year, new hair. I like it. Joining us this morning, I'm really excited about this one. This is my great friend and hairdresser, Trey Gillen from Bella Renova Salon in River Oaks District. Trey, good morning, good morning. Thanks for getting up and, well, you were up, you were working out, but thanks for being here with us.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
All right, Trey, let's start with the new year, new you. What if we want some major changes when it comes to color? How do we approach a makeover?
Okay, so I always start planning makeovers with my clients about September the year before, because no one wants like a last minute quick makeover. That's usually like midlife crisis time, right? So planning your makeover, you can think about the colors you want. You can think about warm or cool. A great place to start is what type of jewelry do you wear around your face? If you wear silver jewelry, you probably want cooler tones. If you wear gold, you probably want warmer tones. And I like to test out the color first by putting some low lights kind of not around the face, but right behind, just to see if they like that color. And then the next time they come in, we could go more full throttle and go for the big makeover. But if you're unsure, you can always test it out in little ways. And a great recommendation is use demi-permanent color. Don't go in with permanent color or box dye, because those molecules are much larger and they adhere to the hair a lot stronger. So demi-permanent, if there is anything that you didn't like, it would be easier to fix.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
You want me to throw some questions? I just want to make a comment.
Yeah.
The one day I go into Bella Renova Salon and I sit down and I turn to my left and there's Sophia at your chair 10 feet away. I'm over with James and I'm like, how'd you get here? And she's like, how'd you get here? I've been here forever. Anyway, sorry, Trey, I just want to share that moment. Let's talk about the cut. How do we decide when it's time? I mean, I feel like I've had the same haircut for 20 years. Don't judge me.
Well, for men and women, it's different. Men tend to like fades. They tend to like it tighter on the side, longer on the top. But that disconnection is kind of not in trend right now. What I'm seeing more is a blend for the men. But let's talk about women first. With women, we really talk about the face shape. I love to like look at a woman's face shape and then go from there. Most people don't know what their face shape is. So the way I determine a face shape is I take their hair and pull it all the way off their hairline and almost like in a ponytail, and really look at the perimeter of the face shape to help determine what their shape is. So when you're talking about a big haircut change, consider your face shape. If you have a square face shape, you want soft, wavy, flowy hair, and you want to soften it by diagonal lines like a swoop. If you have a round face, you want to put more angles around your face. So you're always trying to balance out the shape of your face.
And that Bixie cut too. That's adorable.
Oh, yeah. What I love is the Bixie cut is such a great, anybody can wear it. It's kind of a cross between a pixie and a bob. So if you're looking for a shorter length, but you don't want to do a pixie, you can do a Bixie. And there's many different ways you can cut a Bixie. So it can lean more towards the pixie or more towards the bob. The picture that I sent y'all was more like a bob pixie. And that was my dear friend. And she had long hair down to here. And we cut her up to there. And it totally took like 20 years off of her look.
I love it. I love it. All right, Trey, what about hair extensions? So some people, like myself, might just be afraid to try it out if they've never had them. They don't really know much about them. Are they a good choice to change things up?
Well, first of all, there's so many different types of hair extensions, from clip-ins to permanent ones to tape-ins. So you really don't have to commit to hair extensions if you do clip-ins. If you want to try hair extensions, the first thing, most of my clients don't want that long mermaid hair. They want to just fill in the bottom that looks maybe a little weak or tired. We want to like add the volume and the fullness there. And another great thing is you could always just take two, one in here, one here, and fill in this front corners where a lot of people don't have a lot of hair. We only have this much hair in front of the ear. So wow. A lot of people, their hair gets cut off like in the layers, and then they feel like they don't have the length in the front. So I'll start off a lot by just putting two extensions right there to fill in the corners. And that's a great way to introduce extensions to people that maybe are scared or not sure about it. But you could do length, you could do fullness, you could do length and fullness. the possibilities are endless with extensions.
Trey, you started talking about the guys a little bit earlier. Was there anything that you forgot to mention in terms of what's popular for guys these days and what's easy to maintain?
Yeah, so that disconnection is it's still on trend, don't get me wrong, but what a lot of my guys who are in the know are asking for is a slight blend going up. So instead of it going straight up and square, they want it to kind of blend more with the top. And the pictures I sent y'all are all blended haircuts mostly, but color, guys are playing with color more and more and more. And I told Sophia yesterday, I was like, you don't think that all these Hollywood actors that are between the ages of 40 and 60 have no gray hair, right? Really? Like, that's not genetically possible that every Hollywood actor has no gray hair, except for George Clooney. And if you look at George Clooney, he's constantly changing his gray hair for whatever role he's playing. So his gray hair is actually colored as well. So if you want, you can cover up your grays on the side, and it's very easy for men because it takes 5 minutes in the shampoo bowl and it just blends it. But a lot of my guys are actually going in and doing full color, like platinum blonde or like reds or whatever. So you can have more fun and make it natural. You know, you don't have to do purple hair to color your hair. You can do your color or highlights across the top in the summer. It's a great way to have fun with your hair for a guy that's not used to having fun with their hair.
I wish I could. Can you imagine the audience reaction in the morning if I come in with like blonde tips or something crazy? I don't know what that does these days.
Okay, Trey, we do have some pictures of my hair, all the changes. I don't know if we have them. I mean, we've gone short, we've gone blonde, we've gone highlights over the years. Are there some timeless classics that you think you just can't go wrong with? Like this is the short shag that he gave me here. This is the before. I got a short shag here. Do you think there are just some classics that you just can't go wrong with?
Oh yeah, well, you know, for years you wore long layered hair and that beautiful swoop. And the way you keep classic and timeless but on trend is maybe taking the fringe trend that's current and bringing that into your long layers. So right now we have longer curtain bangs. Last year it was like shorter curtain bangs. Now they're kind of longer. So if you're wanting to like try a trend out without being trendy, change your fringe and keep your gorgeous long layers. I will say more layers, kind of rock and roll layers are kind of what's in style right now. So don't be afraid to shag up your long layer. And again, the Bixie is a great way to stay timeless and classic because that's a bob shape. And you can also pull it down into a lob shape, which is kind of a longer bob. Those all are gonna like work well every day. If you pull your hair back constantly, you may wanna lean towards a lob. If you don't wanna pull your hair back.
Sorry to cut you off. We're running out of time. We could do this forever, but Trey Gillen at Renovo, Bella Renovo Salon in River Oaks. We will get your information up on our website. New hair, new you, seen at 7. Search that on click2houston.com. Trey, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
I'll come
Great
see you soon.
See you. Have a great day.
I'll say hi today when I'm in there at 12:30.
All right. Perfect.
Chair next to you.